Hello, sweet souls. It's DTO in the flow. Welcome to my 5Q interview podcast. And I am located in Atenas, Costa Rica. It's a beautiful, charming mountain town that I encourage you to come and check out. I am underground right now. I'm underneath this yogashala at Embody, Costa Rica. And this was an incredible project that came to life in 2020 when Hemale and I moved to Costa Rica. And wow, it's been a phenomenal journey. And we welcome anyone and everyone out there to come and check out the magic and truly embody your life, because there's so much fun to do in life. And what I'm here in my recording studio is to talk about the theme of music. Music is medicine. Music empowers us. Music can shift our energy in so many ways. And so who we are as beings in the universe is we are incarnated. And most of you know that DTO stands for Dave the Organism. There you go. Boom. It's even on my phone. That's how cool it is. And so we are these living organisms on planet Earth, and we get to play with the energies of music. So today I have an extraordinary guest, Ashira Sōl, and she is absolutely on a roll because she is a singer, songwriter, electronic music producer, sound healing facilitator who comes from Celtic and West African roots. She views her music as an offering to the divine, a way to connect with our ancestors, and a potent form of envisioning and singing a better future into existence for generations to come. Without further ado, let's bring on Ashira Sōl.
Hello. So happy to be here today. Good to see you.
Great to see you. And this is our most recent project. Gorgeous. And our first project, Sweet Nectar. So we have two songs that we have streaming globally for everyone to enjoy. And today we're going to talk about the origin story of Ashira Sōl. And we just got to see each other because I was on tour in the US and Canada. And here's a lovely photo of us getting to perform live. And so we're going to kick it off with question number 1. And our first question is all about your origin story, right? Every superhero has a way that they got to this divine calling. So how did it all begin for you? When did you first fall in love with music?
Yeah. Let's see. So my father was an R&B artist, and then my mother was is a music enthusiast, and so she took me to a lot of concerts and festivals when I was younger, but I definitely I feel like I kind of came out of the womb loving music, because I remember uh my mom and my grandma saying that I like first started singing when I was 1, maybe like 18 months old, and I recorded myself on this little like a tape recorder or something. And then my grandmother had a piano at her house, and so I started learning to play the piano by ear when I was a little girl. And then I would like get up on the uh in front of the fireplace. It had this little ledge that was kind of like a stage, and do these plays or like concerts for my grandma and my stuffed animals when I was like a toddler. So yeah, I definitely have loved it from an early age, and it kind of runs in my veins. And then I always did uh, choir and piano when I was younger, and then did gospel choir when I was in college as well. Yeah.
I love that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a rich history right there.
Yeah.
So yes, and some of us, I love this fun fact to give everyone, is we started to hear when we were still in our mother's womb. So roughly around 12 to 18 weeks, that's when our inner ear developed to start at least hearing and sensing, vibrations and energies and frequencies. Sense of sound is so important to our journey, obviously, because even your website is ashirasound.com.
Right.
So it's so important that you were aligned with parents that had that passion. And I definitely feel that just is a part of your existence from the beginning, which is beautiful. So then question number 2, we're going to transition into the win. So was there an aha moment? Was it like a slow, gradual moment? When did you start to tap into the possibility of creating your original creations?
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, as I mentioned, so I grew up singing, but it was kind of always something that I had as like an outlet. And when I was younger, like in my teens and my 20s, I enjoyed writing songs and poems, but didn't really, I don't know, like didn't really have the courage to put things out there. And then I ended up going into the corporate world for a while after I graduated from college, with my bachelor's in 2012. And it didn't feel like the right path. I just still always in the back of my mind had this calling or this desire to like fully commit to and pursue music. And so let's see. So then in 2017, that was when I took the leap to decide to uh, go down to LA. I was living in the Bay Area at the time. And I decided to move down to LA to study independent music production. And yeah, so I started learning how to produce music, how to record myself. And then my partner at that time passed away. And I went through this whole journey with grief and just like uh, processing that loss. And I went through this period where I almost was like, okay, I don't know that I uh, can continue to do this. Like I went on this whole other journey, and the next year I ended up becoming a a mom. I got my master's in counseling. My daughter, though, she was born at the beginning of 2020. And it's a whole journey, but my daughter was born at the beginning of 2020, and then the whole world went into lockdown, and something within me just welled up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to create. Like I have to create to metabolize the energy of these times and to anchor and center in myself as like a mother and a person who cares really deeply about this world. Like how can I share that love with others, and my prayers for the world with others, and that desire and that urge to create just came up so strongly. And so yeah, I got back to producing and recording myself, and writing new songs and releasing the songs that I had written before, that I had stowed away in my computer. And yeah, that that's the journey in a nutshell.
Wow.
Part
Yes.
of it.
And this is the artist's way for all of you out there. Feel free to put in the comments, because we're live right now and we're also going to be on the archive. Feel free to share. Yeah, if you're on this beautiful journey of being a creative soul, because exactly what you're sharing is so resonant with me and my path of life is happening, ups and downs and twists and turns, but it feels like no matter what, like music is our baseline experience. Like
Yeah,
how
it's
do
like
we
a pilot light.
absolutely. All right, we get to return, you know, be in our breath. Get for you, of course, your throat chakra is your number one instrument. And how do you really even mirror and represent what's not only going on the micro world that's yours, but the macro? And I feel like that's a really potent representation of what we created with our song Universe Incarnate. It's here's this planet, and I love this image. Big shout out to Deja Vu, an incredible graphic artist, saxophone player, and she did the artwork here. And it really is like there's the sun, there's the light, there's always this beacon of possibility. But guess what? Sometimes we're in the clouds, and sometimes we get lost in the clouds. And sometimes, just like when you're a little child in the park, you're viewing passing clouds. Like, which idea are you going to have and create and birth? Obviously, you having a child is a divine gift. So that's a journey altogether, is motherhood. And then having that with your music. Wow, it's so lovely because it all interweaves.
Absolutely. Yep. It all, yeah, it all, it all inspires, like the music inspires my mothering and vice versa, as well as my work as a therapist. I'm also a psycho-spiritual therapist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when you get to play and perform, it really is like your introduction. Like, you are a multidimensional being, and you really get to express that, whether it's you having, as you said, as a counselor, as a therapist, but also it's these other gifts that you get to bring to your own life, right? And so we got to meet each other for the first time. And another acknowledgement to Anael. He's a soul brother of ours. And there's this event down in Costa Rica called Blissburn. And this is us on stage.
So fun.
So good. Such great memories. It's March of every year. This coming year will be another annual journey to the Blissburn. And then we got to see each other and be in the whole ecstatic dance world. And this was specifically in Santa Barbara, which was so lovely to be with community. And yeah, really what I feel is so powerful about, I have to show your glam shot. This is amazing.
Thanks.
That's the universe incarnate with performance, with motherhood, with your own journey of who you are as an artist. So there's all these different ways that we're weaving time and energy and space, right? So that's your aha moment. So then the big question that a lot of artists always ask me to bring on guests and share this creative process. How do you make music? Because sometimes you're on your device. We all have, as I call these, magic light boxes, and you're like, click this, push this button. You're on this app and you hear this audio, this sound. And so many people just are not clear if they haven't created music. Maybe they're painters or screenwriters. They know other expressions of art. But for music, because we're the human organisms or the beings creating it, what is your Ashira Sōl process for how you create a song?
Yeah. So I would say that most of my songs, they start with the melody, as well as often it's the melody and the lyrics together. And I tend to have songs come through when I'm in a more liminal space. So a lot of my songs have come through when I've been asleep, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I write down the song. Like I had this song, I Got This, and that's the name of the song. It's called I Got This. And I had this dream where I was singing it and I was just like dancing in this temple with a bunch of these women, just like celebrating our divinity as human beings on Mother Gaia at this time. And yeah, and then so I got up and I wrote it out, and I that one I heard the whole thing with the production and everything. So yeah, it tends to start out with the song itself, and then sometimes I also hear the instruments and the sounds, and like I hear the thing as a full song. And so then I'll go to Ableton and I'll, sketch out an idea for it. And yeah, so that tends to be how it starts. I also I'll write songs when I'm in the car as well. I think of that as a liminal space also because I so I do hypnotherapy as well. And when we're in the car, we can go into when we're on a long drive, we can go into what is called highway hypnosis. Um, and yeah, so you kind of go into that meditative flow state when you're driving. And I have a lot of songs that come through then as well. And then sometimes I'll have to pull over and write down the lyrics, or I'll just do a voice note. But yeah, so that tends to be the process. And then sometimes it's they'll come through where I just hear a chorus or I hear a verse and the whole thing won't come through yet. And then a couple days later, I'll hear the rest of the song. But other times it just comes out the full thing within 5 to 10 minutes. And then I go and figure out the instrumentation and everything later. Yeah.
Yeah. And so these software programs, Ableton, for everyone that's new to how music is created, we call them digital audio workstations. So it's a way, just like you have your computer, your device, where that's your orbit, that's the place of creativity. Just like if you're a painter, you have a canvas and you have your brushes. So it's beautiful this day and age. And, a lot of times we refer to Abbey Road, which is where the Beatles recorded their albums in England. It's this huge studio and there's all these tricks and trades that had to do. Nowadays, there's so many incredible tools with digital technologies that I even remember working on our track when I was at a coffee shop downtown in Costa Rica, where some of the best coffee in the world is grown, and just being able to be in a new location and freshen it up. And that's what's great nowadays is truly it is a universe coming together of artists, musicians anywhere in the world that can have this creative process, right? And that's the question that we have is it's if you my dad was a US government teacher, so the question was always how does a bill become a law? How does that happen? And it's how does an idea of a song, how does a star seed actually manifest into a full creative journey that takes you in these emotional places and spaces that can support you, releasing energy and having a aha moment, yes, this is who we are. And I love this about your lyrics, and I know that this is leading into question 4, which is, what is the response from community? How do people with their hearts come up to you? What do they say? And you told me once, there's oh, you speak about the moment, you're describing this cosmic journey that we're all on, and you're doing it through song and lyrics and messages. What are some other key phrases, or just give me some stories of what people have shared when they've heard you perform and listen to your music?
Yeah. Let's see, stories that I have gotten when performing. So yeah, recently I performed at this festival called Divinity Festival here in Los Angeles. And it was interesting because the stage that I performed at, it was right near this healing grove where there were Reiki masters and massage therapists, energy workers that had their tables set up. And so I had a friend who came up to me that had been doing body work on someone, and she just said that as she was listening to the music and she was doing this body work, that she was just feeling this cosmic light energy channeling through her that was like pink and gold, and this iridescent gold energy that was going into her client that she was working on. So that was really interesting and cool to hear. And I get similar reflections from people that are really open to receiving these songs, that they can feel that there's some sort of like cosmic loving, compassionate energy that is coming through, which makes me really happy to hear, because I really just imagine that the songs that I'm singing are like love songs for humanity, and yeah, just like prayers for us to remember ourselves and that we're all connected, and how deeply sacred we all are, and yeah, just like the inner light that resides in all of us. So yeah, that I think those are the two that like that come to mind. Or wait, did I just say the one? Yeah, that's what comes to mind so far. People tend to say that they're getting like energy downloads when they're hearing it. Yeah.
I love that. And I love how that flow of energy isn't only for that individual, but when they're in a healing practice, that gets to be shared, that golden light
Yeah.
and
One
that
more thing.
etheric.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that comes to mind, because a lot of the music that I've been sharing, it's like these songs that I wrote when I had my partner pass away. So we're coming up on 7 years now. On the 4th of August is the anniversary of his passing. And so I've been sharing these songs of just like transmuting that grief and alchemizing that. And I definitely have gotten a lot of feedback from people that just being able to connect with that right now, because I feel like, grief is such a, like, love and grief are just universal experiences for us as humans, and we're moving through so much right now as individuals and as a collective right now. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of really sweet and meaningful feedback about just being able to connect with those songs as well, that speak to that grief and that love that is so present in the human experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so powerful when music can support people to breathe. And yeah, there's so much that life presents to us, and we get to have our tools in our kits, right? And that's where I feel the music and the voice that you bring to the world gives that support during those moments. And then, as you shared, like even in your own life of your own processing and grief and loss and celebrations and witnessing of all of it, it's really extraordinary how that works.
Yeah. Oh wait, I have one more thing to share too. Speaking about my daughter, she tends to hear my songs first, because she's here in the house, and she'll be like dancing and singing to them, and like asking me to play them on repeat, which is really adorable. To get to have that part of it as well.
Oh, it's fun. I love that.
Yeah.
Chris just commented live here. She's one of my biggest fans out there. She's coming to
Aw,
Costa Rica sooner than later.
nice.
Such great ideas and minds of brilliance. Reflecting your light, sister. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that's what's great too about having people in your life. As you said, you have your daughter that's like right there to move to it. And it's almost like test it out. Like, is it danceable? Is she moving? Is she grooving? Is she like just listening, pondering? And then, of course, like for you and I, and this is the biggest aha moment for all of us in the world, because in the last, 3 decades, there's been this unifying field of technology that unites us. Even right now on this podcast, you're in California, I'm in Costa Rica, and there's all these synergies and energies. So for art and music, it's been super powerful, because a lot of my collaborations have been able to be remotely completed, right? And shared. And what's powerful too is then we get to meet in person. I think so far it's been like a tag you're it. You came to Costa Rica, we performed at Blissburn. I went to California, we got to perform Ecstatic Dance. So we get to be with the technology of airplanes and flying. And so it's really beautiful, I feel, because when we're in those spaces, and we're with people that we trust and learn from, like your daughter you're sharing, it's like, oh, this is why I'm doing this. And that's beautiful, because then on your website, which I want to make sure everyone can see, it talks specifically about that, right? It shares at the bottom here, it says, having music be this potent form of envisioning and singing a better future into existence for generations to come, right? Because we're all in this together. And that's what I love about these art forms is you can create and you never know how it's going to land, where someone's going to hear it. And I know that as artists, anything's possible this day and age. Beautiful. Well, I want to play our song. It's a quick 17-second clip. It's just just a little sample. Some of you have already heard it. Do you want to share a quick little backstory about Universe Incarnate before I play it?
Sure. Yeah. So Universe Incarnate it's a song that came through for me, I think the end of last year. And yeah, it came through after I had a very potent medicine ceremony where I just had this vision of the earth being in unity consciousness, and was just like, okay, I'm not sure how we're going to get there. We're going through a lot, but I just, yeah, I had this really gorgeous vision and experience of what that would feel like. And so this was a prayer and an invocation for envisioning this and birthing this into existence. Yeah.
Been traveling across oceans of time and space, searching for a feeling, or is it a place?
Amazing. Short and sweet. Is it a feeling or is it a place? That's the question.
Indeed. Is it a vibration? Where's it coming from?
Totally. Is it the ethereal or is it the material?
Mhm. Yep. Which came
So
first, the
great.
egg or the chicken?
For sure, right? Amazing. Well, this has been an incredible conversation. And just to recap, if you're just joining us, we first talked about your origin story in music, and then when you started to create your own music and started to channel and come into, ooh, I'm going to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is the process? Like, how does these ideas, these little star seeds of possibilities become this full experience? And then the last one we talked about is, what is the response of the community? Your daughter being a part of the community, right? The global community, the cosmic community. As I always like to say, buckle up your galactic seatbelt. Let's take a ride, especially when you and I collaborate, because all you have to do is look at the artwork and be like, okay, this is the sun, the cosmos, the clouds, the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Love it all. And so my final question to you as we go through our 5Q interview is, what are your closing words? They can be any advice, wisdom, invitations.
Yeah. I guess the main thing that comes to mind is just to trust your callings, like trust the to trust the things, the passions, the creative callings that we have, the yearnings within our soul. If you have like an idea or a vision or something creative that you want to do that just keeps coming back to you, trust that it keeps coming back to you because it's for you, like it's a gift for you from the universe, and that's why it continues to hang out in your field. um, and yeah, I just feel like our love, our joy, our heartfelt expression is just so needed right now. And it's just it's good for the soul, for our souls, and for others around us. And when we give ourselves permission to create and design a life that is aligned with our dreams, we give others the permission to do the same and to see what's possible. So that's what comes up. And then, yeah, you can find my music on all platforms. Ashira Sōl, well, it's right there.
It's right in front of us.
Yes,
You can spell it
right.
out in case people are just listening, though.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. So ASHIRASOL, Ashira Sōl. And then also for people that are in the LA area, I will be singing at a sound bath in Malibu next weekend on August 9th on Saturday at 6 p.m. With Michelle Burke, Sonic Being. And so I'll be singing during the sound bath, and then we'll also be doing a few songs afterwards. I know that Laura Esquad will be there playing violin, and there will be some other really amazing artists there as well, just to celebrate and move through this Lionsgate portal with each other. So yeah, and there's a link to it. There's a post for it on my Instagram page, but I'm reminding myself that I need to also put a link in my bio.
You
but
got
you
it.
can find it by clicking on that post. So
Yes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Yeah. So everyone can look up above here where we're at. You can just see Instagram is Ashira Sōl Music. And I will also put it right now in the comments. So if you're watching, you just simply click there and check out all the magic. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. So lovely that we got to talk about this, share, and we trust that everyone that is watching cares about the depth of which music can really transform our lives, touch, move, inspire, keep our souls on fire.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's so powerful. Yeah. And I'm in my recording studio, as I shared. Our most recent edition, you can see behind me. I'm very, very excited about this. Anyone out there that is a musician, you know, the dream is always to have your own recording studio. And so here it is, a vocal booth at Embody Costa Rica, underneath the yoga shala. So there's always some good high vibes happening above me at Embody Costa Rica. So if you haven't been to our Wellness and Retreat Center, we have yoga, meditation. I'm a tour guide. And of course, I have the recording studio, and it's so much fun. Ashira Sōl, you've been here and
It's
played
beautiful.
in the magic.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's super gorgeous there. Definitely highly recommend going to people that haven't been there yet. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll give you a last here of our song Universe Incarnate. If anyone is wanting to follow us, message us, we're always open to having our music licensed. If you have any events, festivals, we love to travel if the alignment is there. And check Ashira Sound on the top.com and you can learn more about her. You can also stream on Spotify and all your favorite platforms out there. All right. Thanks again. Appreciate you, Ashira Sōl.
Thanks so much, DTO. Yeah, this has been great. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. My pleasure.